Cheryl and Simon, you are reunited.
We are.
Dunno.
This is so exciting.
It was actually
is.
quite easy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we got on. I hadn't seen Cheryl for 2 years, and the funny thing was, I got on the plane and she curtsied. I said, honest to God, formal. No, but it was like an instinctive thing, and then we relaxed, and it was fine.
So you've bonded again.
We always bond.
Yeah.
And Cheryl, how did it all come about? I mean, did Simon give you a ring, or did
Yeah.
his people
Well, not a ring, but I just...
That would be a whole other story.
No, I just got a phone call and said Simon would love to have you judges' houses, and I would love to do it. It was really that simple.
I got the call that you wanted to do the judges' house.
No, I love it. It's just like, it's normal, it's natural. I did it for years, so it doesn't feel different.
And obviously, a lot has gone on since you guys
Yeah.
last worked together.
In both of our lives.
Yeah. The small matter of children.
I know.
Small matter.
One.
I said
So
that to Cheryl.
congratulations.
Thank you so
I said,
much.
can you imagine us having this conversation 3 years ago?
ago.
It was
We'd
like, yeah,
never-
right.
Yeah.
And how do you think that changes your life, becoming a mum?
It changes your life completely, but in the most amazing way. I've had the best 6 months of my life.
Really?
Really.
And little baby bear, he's not here.
No, he's not here.
What's his
So
name?
I
you
just
missing
thought
him?
if he was
Hang on,
here...
what's his name?
I thought if he was
his name?
here...
It's Bear, I think.
It's bear.
Bear short for
Unbearable. No.
Bear.
How did you choose the name, Cheryl?
I always loved the name, and the midwife always used to come in when he was little.
Yeah.
He used to like grunt, and she'd go, "How's the little bear? How's the little bear?"
It's cute.
And it like stuck, and then
What, would you want to go to school and be
We-
called Bear?
we had it. Well, would you want to be called Arthur or Simon?
Yes.
Like one of those common names.
Yes. Yes.
You know, like it's just his name, and I wanted a unique name, and that's.
Well, I spoke to Liam recently, and he did say to me, it was all your choice. And that was the
We-
one thing he said, Cheryl's had this baby,
Yeah.
so I'm just budding out of the name
It's true
debate.
though, like we carry them for all the, you know, for the 9 months. We give birth to them and all of that, and I think it's only fair. But we did have a lengthy.
Yeah.
He didn't have a name for about 7 weeks.
Yeah.
You know Eric was going to be called Simon.
Well, you wouldn't do that to the child.
I was going to right until the
Not an-
end.
not another
Then
Simon
someone said,
Cowell.
you just can't do it.
Not another Simon.
Simon
Cowell. We don't need
Jr..
that.
Yeah, I was going to call it. I was quite happy. In fact, I
don't
said to him the
need
other day, your name was supposed to be Simon. Do you prefer Simon or Eric? It was Simon. I went, maybe I'll change my mind.
But it is lovely to see you so happy. And
Thank
it's also
you.
great to see you back on the X Factor, because I think there's something about the chemistry between you two, which is synonymous with the show. Simon, do you think that perhaps you could try and coax Cheryl back on a more permanent basis?
I don't want to say what's going to happen in the future.
That's not a no.
No, I have missed Cheryl, I have to say. And I said this earlier on, and it's annoying to say it. Cheryl has got good taste. And you've got to have good taste to do this job. So when I was thinking about the songs this week, and I knew it was going to be sitting next to me, and if I didn't choose good songs, I get that awful look, which is kind of pretending that she's unhappy, but really happy that I've chosen bad material. So it kind of made me up my game a little bit.
And Cheryl, for you, I mean, what's it like getting back to work? Because obviously you were so busy
Yeah.
for so many years.
Yeah.
You were on a roller coaster.
Totally.
You didn't stop. And then all of a sudden, you've had
Stopped.
6 months being a mum, which I guess is a totally different job.
Yeah.
But returning to showbiz, are there any nerves around it, or how do you feel?
Less. So I didn't stop for 14 years, literally on the roller. You know what it was like, on the roller coaster. And then when I got pregnant, I thought, right, I just don't need this stress. So I relaxed. So it's been like actually over a year, but it's been perfect for me because it's reset the mind frame.
Yeah.
And I feel actually better coming back.
You look good.
I feel more relaxed. I've sat into my own skin. I feel so good.
Well, tell me what your Instagram profile, the name on it says. I think it says you're living in a bubble.
Living in a love bubble.
A love bubble.
Yeah.
And that's just so sweet.
You know what? That's how I felt when I wrote that. At
Yeah.
the time, I had a newborn baby. Everything was just so beautiful, and that's how I felt. So I put it on there, and it's the truth.
And obviously, a man in your life as well.
Yes, a
Cheryl.
wonderful man.
Someone who Simon knows very well.
Call me Cupid.
Do you claim credit for it?
100%.
He did do it. He did nudge and a wink.
Yeah. That's what I do. That's how I roll.
Now tell me about the contestants that you've got here today. Cheryl, I guess for you there must be a little bit of a feeling of at least you don't have to be the one who actually has to crashed the dreams, because I know that
Exactly.
was the part of being a judge on the X Factor that you actually hated the most.
It actually made
used
me
to
not.
love it.
It actually used to make me not want to do
She
the show.
didn't.
I used to feel sick. I hated it, but I'm glad
What
I
about
don't
the
have
time
that
you made
pressure.
that person that you said, I want to do it 3 times because it feels good? You don't remember that?
I like saying the yeses. I love that.
Exactly, but you're not going to
I'm
get
not
to
going to
do
do
that
anything,
this
no.
year.
Which is nice for me because the pressure's off. It's not on my doorstep. I'm just giving him my opinion.
And so you've made a decision this year not to tell anyone, and part of me thinks maybe that's because you're too scared of Cheryl's reaction if you go against what she wants you to
Probably.
do.
Well, normally, you know, when you do this, it's much harder than you think. Because you think you've made your mind up, then you think about it overnight, then you get to work the following day, and everyone's got an opinion, and you're like, oh God, have I made the wrong decision? So this time I'm going to make the decision. I'm not telling anyone, the producers or anybody, what it is, and they'll find out on the day.
You're never going to make everybody happy.
No.
No.
Because everyone has an opinion.
But the groups is a hard category, though.
I like doing the
notoriously. You do.
I do, yeah. I think I prefer working with groups than solo artists.
I did love the groups. I had the groups in the last
They're fun.
one
Yeah.
I did. I had Reggie and Bowley.
Who did very well.
They were amazing. When
Yeah.
I got them, people were like, oh, haha. I was like, watch,
Well, in One Direction, obviously, the ultimate group
the ultimate.
to come from the X Factor. And you've done a similar thing this year, Simon, but with a girl group.
Yeah. I don't think you ever do it, Dan, because you think, okay, this is going to work as a group. You don't always know. You just go, well, they didn't go through. Is it better to let them go or to say maybe they need another year to work together, you know, as friends? And sometimes that's the best way of doing it. You never know. It doesn't always work. I mean, it's worked with the boys, with Fifth Harmony, Little Mix. It's down to them.
I guess you've got to see how they perform
100%,
in
yeah.
a few minutes.
Yeah, but listen, groups don't suddenly meet each other. I mean, like, you know, your group. You know,
Yeah.
somebody has to put them together. That's the way it works in the real world.
And speaking of your music, Cheryl,
Yes.
are you planning to get back in the studio? Because
I
it's been a
am.
long wait for your fans.
It has been so long. They're very patient. It's been so long, hasn't it?
I think, what was it, 2014, your last album?
Yeah. So I'm thinking about it, but I just
Bang.
want more time with Bear at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm just loving that, to be honest.
Couple of years.
But I do have plans, and I am receiving songs and music and stuff at the moment.
But it is a tough decision, though, when you have to decide
You don't
when
have
you
to.
go back to work. I mean, Simon, you were back at work almost immediately, weren't you?
I gave birth and I was back at work 24 hours later.
No paternity leave with you.
Nope.
But Cheryl, you want to take a bit more time.
I've got the luxury of being able to spend time with my newborn child, and I think I'm going to take that for what it is. You know, a lot of mothers have to rush back to work, and I don't think it's really fair. So I'm going to take time, little bit, few more months until he's a bit more grown.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the question that Simon always hates me asking him. But you've both got to answer it today.
Okay.
Simon, would you like more children one day?
Oh, I thought you were going to do it if you had to push someone off a cliff. Because I used to say to my mum, if you had to push, who would you push off a cliff? Me or my brother Nicholas? And if you don't tell me, I'll die. So I say to Eric, if you had to push me or mummy off a cliff, no, because you can't ask her. And I said, well, I kind of need to know.
And what did she say?
Mummy. It's sick, but I enjoy it.
So,
But this is a very good deflection of the question.
Yeah,
Simon.
go on. What's the question?
So would you like to have more kids?
Well, I didn't plan it in the first place, but I'm glad it happened. So, you know, I don't rule anything out.
Cheryl?
I have no plans of 2 at the moment, but I think maybe one day. It's so lovely.
I
I
mean,
grew
he's
up
the
with
changed
siblings.
man, isn't he?
Totally. And for the better.
I said to what's her name? Cheryl, I said to Cheryl on the plane, you don't realise that you can love somebody as much as you love your family, your parents.
Or in your instance, as much as you love yourself.
Exactly. And when it happens, it is amazing.
So you love Eric more than you love yourself?
Yes.
Wow.
That's
That
saying a lot.
really
A lot of
is
love.
saying something.
Coming from you, Dan. My God.
Maybe I need to have a baby too.
Yes.
Oh, I hated being pregnant.
Really?
Why?
It's just a lot of stuff went on, and I just didn't
Yeah.
enjoy it.
I can imagine.
Let's just not go there.
Well, you're looking spectacular now. Just
Thank
before we go,
you.
I have to ask you, how did you get back in shape so quickly? Because it was like snapping back.
Do you think so? It didn't feel like that for me. Like, obviously, my whole body changed naturally. But everyone, all the females in my family are fortunate like that. Like, my mother put on her jeans a week after she had in the hospital. You know, so like some people are just genetically like that. But for me, after 3 months, I started working out.
Yeah. Just finally, I can't believe I didn't mention her. Is the ghost of Sunita here, Simon?
Where's the bushes?
She hasn't been on every home visit. I worked that out, by the way. I think she thinks she has, not every one.
I mean,
She does come back next year.
I can't compete with those outfits.
No, that's for sure. No one can. But you're friends. You're going to work together again in the future.
We always do.